What's up everyone, Alex here, and today I want to talk about Forspoken. Formerly known as Project Athia, the game has been garnering a lot of attention lately, and in this video, I want to share with you my thoughts as to why I think this is going to be one of the best games of 2022. Perhaps the biggest reason why I think this way is because of the development team behind it. Forspoken is primarily developed by Luminous Productions, and if you've been a fan of Square Enix over the past decade, the name should be familiar to you. After all, Luminous Productions' previous title was Final Fantasy XV. Now before we get into conversations of whether or not Final Fantasy XV was good or not, I personally enjoyed it. Let's state some facts. Number 1. Final Fantasy XV used to be another game called Final Fantasy Versus 13. Number 2. After renaming said game and famously shifting directors from Nomura to Tabata, they had a short amount of time to finish it. When you consider these two facts, the reality of it all is that Luminous Productions was tasked with an impossible mission, one that is reflected by the finished product. So what happens then if you employ the same studio and have them make something completely on their own? Forspoken is the answer to that question. From the gameplay that you're seeing here, you can easily tell that Forspoken is built upon delivering a visceral combat experience with lots of mobility options that allow for further expression via gameplay. According to several previews, the game describes her mobility options as quote-unquote magical parkour, and the smooth transitions from one type of movement to another, whether it's the type of parkour we're used to into other, more fantastical movement styles, seems to be the right way to describe this. I'm personally curious how all of these individual pieces come together at the end, but from what I've seen so far, it certainly impressed me, especially with how smooth she moves while she attacks and how much destruction she can cause at a moment's notice. It's like Square Enix wanted to know if they could make a badass mage not feel as slow or haggard when compared to games that portray this class. That being said, Square Enix is also known for rich storytelling, and with no prior collaborators involved, you might be wondering who's responsible for the story. I too wanted to know the answer to this, so I was super surprised to find out that there are a couple of names that quickly stuck out to me. The first was Gary Whitta. Gary started off as the editor-in-chief of PC Gamer magazine for both the UK and US, but you first saw his writing in games in Telltale's The Walking Dead. Outside of games, he has also found success writing screenplays for The Book of Eli and Star Wars Rogue One. Gary also serves as the story lead for Forspoken. The second person is someone that I have had a long admiration for ever since I played one of her games. This person is none other than Amy Hennig, who is known for her work in the Legacy of Kain series and as the creative director for a small series you might have heard of called Uncharted for Naughty Dog. Composing songs for Forspoken is Bear McCreary, who you might know outside of games as the composer for shows such as The Walking Dead and Foundation, as well as having worked on the God of War series. Overall, I'm loving how Forspoken is shaping up, and given the people involved in this game, one of which was responsible for one of my favorite games of all time, Soul Reaver, this game quickly shot up as a day one purchase for me. Forspoken is slated to come out exclusively for consoles on the PS5 and PC on May 24th, 2022, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. That being said, let me know what you think of this game in the comments below and let's talk about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.